been fishing Lake Don Pedro, and tell us a little bit about the lake.
Oh, Cal, I've probably been fishing it for 30 years.
You're not old enough, are you?
Yeah, I'm older than what I look. It's a great lake. There's almost, there's three species of bass. There's trout, kokanee, kings, browns. And there's been a few times that we've actually had kokanee, kings, rainbows, browns, and a brook trout.
Oh, wow.
All in one day.
Now, I know that the kings, in terms of size, they kind of seem to cycle out here. Where are you in the kind of the size range, this year and last year?
Last year, I think we had 3 or 4 fish over 8 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. What amazing fishery. And we had a lot of 5s and 6s, a few 7s. And, right now we're catching pretty small ones. They're 12, 16, 18 inches.
So you think you're back at the bottom end of the cycle again?
No, it should be a good year.
Okay.
With all the salmon we're catching, it should be a really good year.
How about the kokanee?
We caught one the other day, our first one. It was crazy. It was at 54 feet. Really amazed to see it was that deep. They should be, with this cold water, they should be in the top 30 feet, but you never know until you consistently catch them. When this water warms up, the plankton will bloom and this kokanee will start schooling up. Yep. But until then, they're really scattered and makes it difficult to catch.
First and foremost, this seems to be a rainbow fishery. Tell us a little bit about the rainbows in here. What's the top end size? What's your average size?
I mean, the average size, they're 2-3 pounds. We've caught them well over 5, 6-pound fish. This past fall we had outings where the first fish of the morning was 4.5 pounds, and we had some stringers that were just incredible size of fish.
If you were going to tow your boat down here and you could pick 1 month out of the calendar year, what month would you visit the lake to see it at its best?
One of the best times I would say is May. May is a great time because right now the water's pretty cool. When the weather pattern gets more stabilized, it'll warm quickly. The shad will hatch. The fish get excited. Water's warming. There's a lot of bait. They're coming out of their cold water time. So May is a great time to get, especially get the rainbows, and you'll start getting kokanee and kings all in the same trip. That's what we do. Another great month is like September, when everybody goes back to school and vacations are done. You come up here, not have many boaters out, and have a phenomenal day of catching trout.
So I've been fishing with Monte for, golly, at least 20 years. But I distinctly remember my first trip to Don Pedro Reservoir with Monte. I wanted to learn how to roll shad, and he's a master shad roller. I wanted to learn how to catch those kings down deep. But we ended up out here in the main lake, and what I found really interesting about Don Pedro, I learned a lot about Don Pedro that day. We had rolling shad down 60, 70 feet, and Monte said, well, there's some kokanee here too. So above those lines, he was running kokanee gear. So now we're catching kings and kokanee. And he said, well, look at those marks. Those are trout. So all of a sudden, we're running the shad for the kings. We're running the kokanee gear. He rigs up a small dodger and a night crawler, puts that above the kokanee gear, and we're catching kokanee and rainbows, and then a king, and then a rainbow. It was just a fabulous trip. And that's one of the unique things about Don Pedro Reservoir. You can get in on that multi-species trolling action and, kind of target whatever you want or target everything all at one time.